Hello, my dear students. I'm so excited to talk to you today about something very important, something that can open many doors for you in life. We're going to talk about learning English. Now, you may already know a little bit of English, or maybe you're just starting, but wherever you are in your journey, remember this. Learning English is not just about studying a new language, it's about opening a world of possibilities. English is one of the most important languages in the world today. Why is that? Well, let me give you a few reasons. First, English is spoken in so many countries. You can travel to different parts of the world, from the United States to the United Kingdom, Australia to Canada, and even in many countries where English is not the first language, you will still find people who can speak it. Imagine that. Wherever you go, knowing English will help you communicate with others, whether it's at the airport, in a hotel, or even while making new friends from different cultures. But English is not only important when you travel. Think about the workplace. Today, many companies, whether big or small, are looking for people who can speak English. Why? Because English is the language of international business. If you want to work for a company that deals with people from different countries, or if you want to study abroad, English is the key. It helps you understand others and share your ideas clearly. Maybe you're dreaming of studying in an English speaking country, or you want to take an online course from a university far away. English makes that possible too. Many of the best courses, especially those online, are in English, and once you understand English, you can learn anything else more easily. From technology to science, from art to history, so much knowledge is shared in English. But let's not forget about the fun part. English is also the language of entertainment. Do you love watching movies? Think about all the amazing movies made in Hollywood. When you learn English, you can watch them without needing subtitles. Or maybe you enjoy listening to music. So many popular songs are in English, and understanding the lyrics makes the music even more special. It's like opening up a new level of enjoyment, even video games, books, TV shows, and social media. There's so much more to explore when you know English. So you see, my dear students, learning English can truly change your life. It helps you connect with people, understand new things, and enjoy the world in a different way, whether you want to. Travel, get a great job, or simply watch your favorite TV show without subtitles. English will help you do all of that and more. Now you might be wondering, how can I get better at English? It seems so difficult. Don't worry, I'm here to help you with that. Today, we're going to talk about some easy ways to learn and improve your English, step by step, no matter where you are in your learning. You can improve every day if you follow the right steps in the next part of this journey. I'll share with you some simple tips that will make learning English easier and more fun. So, are you ready to start? Let's begin this wonderful journey together. And remember, learning a language is like planting a tree. It takes time to grow, but with care and attention, it becomes strong and beautiful. You might be asking yourself, how can I actually learn English? Where do I start? And what's the best way to improve? Don't worry, I'm here to guide you through that too. There are many ways to learn English, and I'm going to share some of them. Best tips with you. These tips will help you start strong and continue improving every day, whether you're just beginning or already have some knowledge. These tips will make your learning journey easier and more enjoyable. Are you ready? Let's move on to the first tip, and I promise your learning English will become not only easier, but also a lot of fun. Tip 1: Overcoming the fear of mistakes. Now let's start with something that I see in every learner: the fear of making mistakes. Maybe you worry about saying the wrong word or mispronounce something. Trust me, you're not alone. My student Anna, for example, was terrified of speaking because she thought people would laugh. She was so afraid of mistakes that she barely spoke at all. But you know what happened when she made her first mistake in class. She accidentally said, "I am a potato," instead of "I am from Portugal." And yes, we all laugh, including her, but it was a good laugh, a laugh that made her feel brave, which was a part of the learning journey. Mistakes aren't there to stop you, they're there to guide you. Every single error is a stepping stone and markup. Progress. So next time you feel that fear, remember Anna and the potato moment. Remind yourself mistakes mean you're learning and every mistake is moving you forward. No one ever learned by staying silent. To speak fluently, you have to speak even if it's imperfect at first. Tip 2: consistency over intensity. Let's talk about another powerful secret: consistency. When I first started teaching, I thought the best way to learn was through long, intense sessions. But over time, I realized something incredible. I noticed that students who spent just 10 or 15 minutes practicing every day improved faster than those who studied for hours just once a week. Take John, one of my students. He worked full time and had a busy family life. So he only had 10 minutes a day, but he never missed a day every morning on his bus ride. He would listen to English audio, repeat phrases under his breath, and review his note just 10 minutes each day, and after 3 months, he could hold basic conversation. John's secret was simple, little, and often he didn't have more time. He had consistency. So here's my advice to you: don't focus on how much you study. Focus on how often you study, even if you only have 5 or 10 minutes to use it. Watch a short English video, listen to a song, or say a few sentences. These small steps create big results over time. Remember, every day you practice, you're one step closer to fluency. Tip 3: embracing real life practice. Let's talk about real life practice. One of the best ways to improve is to use English as much as possible in your daily life. And don't worry, this doesn't mean you need to be in an English speaking country. I have students who improve dramatically just by using English in simple, creative ways every day. For instance, you can start by describing what you see around you in English. Let's say you're making coffee as you do it. Narrate each step in English. I filling the kettle. I'm pouring the coffee, or when you're walking outside. Say what you see: the trees are green, the weather is sunny. This might sound simple, but it helps you think in English. Your mind starts connecting thoughts and words, and soon English feels more natural. You see, real life practice is like training for a sports. The more you practice, the stronger you get, so try this today. Describe your day in English, even if it's just a few sentences. Don't worry about being perfect. Just speak every word. Every sentence counts. Tip 4: building confidence through listening. Now, let's discuss confidence. Many learners struggle with speaking because they lack confidence. One powerful way to build confidence is through listening. When you listen to English every day, your brain becomes familiar with the sounds, rhythm, and flow of the language over time. You'll find it easier to understand and speak. One of my students, Sarah, loved watching English movies, but she didn't understand much at first. So she started watching with subtitles. She would replay certain scenes and repeat the sentences out loud slowly. She began to recognize words and phrases, and after a few months, she could watch her favorite shows without subtitles. Start with something you enjoy: a TV show, a YouTube video, or a podcast. And don't just listen passively, listen actively. Repeat what you hear, mimic the accents, and try to match the intonation. You'll feel more connected to the language, and your confidence will grow with each session. Tip 5: finding joy in the process. One of the most important things I tell my students is to enjoy the journey language. Learning isn't a race, it's a wonderful adventure. Think of English as a new friend. You're getting to know. Laugh when it feels hard. Celebrate when you improve and be patient with yourself. My student James was often frustrated because he wanted to be fluent immediately. But as soon as he started focusing on enjoying the little victories like pronouncing a difficult word or understanding a new phrase, he felt happier and more motivated. Remember, every word you learn is a step closer. Enjoy each of these steps and don't worry about how far you still have to go. Tip 6: Vocabulary building. Smart techniques for learning vocabulary. Now let's talk about vocabulary. You might think learning words means memorizing long lists, right? But here's a little secret. Memorizing is only a small part of learning vocabulary. The real magic happens when you connect words to your life. Let me show you how to make vocabulary. Stick in a way that feels natural, almost like learning your favorite song lyrics. Start by focusing on words that matter to you. If you love cooking, learn food related words. If you love sports, learn words you'd use on the field. This way, English becomes personal and relevant to your life. My student Emma, for example, loved gardening. So she started by learning words like plant, flower, and soil, because these words were part of her everyday life. She remembered them easily. Here's a technique I tell all my students. They make word groups based on themes. Let's say you're learning words about emotions instead of just memorizing happy, sad, and excited. Create a mental picture for each one. Imagine yourself feeling these emotions. What would make you feel excited? Perhaps planning a holiday, then picture yourself saying, I am excited about my holiday. When you learn vocabulary in meaningful groups, it's easier to remember and use them. Vocabulary is like building block. Every word you learn is another block in your language tower. So don't rush to memorize every word at once. Start small, build steady, and before you know it, you'll have a strong vocabulary that feels personal and natural. Tip 7: Improve grammar. Grammar. I know just hearing the word can feel overwhelming. But here's the thing: grammar doesn't have to be complicated. Think of it like learning the rules to a new game. Once you know the basics, you can play. So let's simplify grammar and make it practical and fun. Start with the most useful structures. First, focus on sentences you use in daily life. For example, practice simple sentences in the present tense. I like, I want, I need, and build from there. My student Carlos started his grammar journey by practicing just 5 useful sentences every day. He would say things like, I need coffee in the morning, or I like watching movies, and over time he felt more confident, adding new sentences and different tenses. Another powerful method is to learn grammar in chunks, not as isolated rules. Think of phrases as complete units instead of breaking them down. For example, instead of analyzing, I am going to the store, just remember it as a whole. The more you see and use these chunks, the more natural they'll become. Soon you'll instinctively know how to form sentences without thinking about each rule. Here is a simple exercise. Try to describe a typical day using a few sentences in the present tense. For example, I wake up, I eat breakfast, I go to work, I come home. Start with just a few actions then. When you feel comfortable, add details like, I wake up at 7 a.m. I eat breakfast with my family. This way, you're practicing grammar in a natural context that matches your life. One last tip: learn the most common patterns first in English. Certain patterns come up again and again, like I want to, I need to, I like to practice. filling in these blanks with new words. For example, I want to learn, I need to sleep, I like to read. The more you practice these, the more confident you'll feel. Remember, grammar is just a set of tools. You don't need to master everything at once. Take it one step at a time, focus on the most useful parts, and let grammar become your friend, not your obstacle. Just like building a house, start with a strong foundation, and soon you'll feel ready to speak and write with ease, using stories and context for grammar and vocabulary. Conclusion: remember, you're not just learning English, you're building a new world of words, sentences, and meaning. That's all for today. Thank you for joining me. I'm excited to see you succeed, and I'll be here to guide you every step of the way. Go forward with confidence because you can do this. See you soon.